Hiya, and welcome back to Sileo Tales of a New Dawn. The game that teaches us that having a similar illness to the love interest is the best way to date them. I need to come up with better material. Anyways, I can't think of anything else, so let's just jump right in and pray that Diego doesn't break our kneecaps. Diego? Yeah, I realized what happened. Hiya. Yeah, I realized what the fuck happened. Thank God for the, text bar being damn near opaque. Oh shit. Hold on. I need to step away for a minute. Okay. So, let me... No, I don't even know what he was doing. He's, like, butt naked right now, but he's, like, holding a pizza box over his crotch, because, like, that's smart. Hey, Aiden, how's it, hanging? Following my arrival, Diego had been lazing on the couch, watching some kind of sitcom in a state of total undress, and with no attire in reach, he instead sought to preserve what little remained of his modesty with the aid of the box that had previously contained his dinner. So you, had pizza for dinner. What flavor did you get?
Self-voicing enabled. Diego, sausage and meatball. Self-voicing disabled.
That could not be more unfortunate. Of course. So what gives? You knew I would come home tonight. Did I, though? Way I see it, midnight ain't far off. And I haven't heard a peep from you. Again, waited like an hour after I got home. Figured the coast was clear. I know, I'm sorry, though I've got to say, I didn't know these sitcoms get you going like that. What? I wasn't doing nothing, I was going to do laundry the last 2 nights, but instead I was worrying about your missing ass. So I literally ran out of shit to wear. I'm just waiting for the machine to finish. Gotcha. I'm sorry that I've been such a disruption. These last couple of days have been chaotic, to say the least. Thankfully, that's all done now. Things will begin to settle back down again. Huh? Oh right, what happened after you left the bar, dude? Give me the play-by-play. The play-by-play, huh? Well, I went to the office and said hello to Dom. I somehow resisted the urge to put a rat in outer space, using only my boot. Then I finally caught up with Lucas, and yeah, he knew exactly where Ty was. Same place he goes every birthday. This isolated overlook north of town. So I went up there, gave Ty his gift, and then we just talked. A lot, actually. He filled the gaps in my knowledge, and we settled our differences. So are you two, like, back on, or... Yep, Ty and I are together again. Aw, hell yeah! Congrats! I bet you're super thrilled, huh? That's an understatement for sure. But hey, listen. No more bullshit, okay? This time, don't fuck it up. If you two split up again in a few days, I'm gonna break both your damn knees, got it? Don't worry, we have no plans on letting it happen again. There are no secrets between us anymore. We're starting on the right foot, and we're gonna be completely honest and upfront about everything. This time is gonna be different. This time we're gonna get it right. You fucking better. And speaking of being upfront, you remember that you'll have to tell him about Lawrence, right? Jeez, Diego, you and Beth would seriously be like two peas in a pod. I've already told Ty about Logan, so don't worry about it. Crap, I knew Lawrence didn't sound quite right. So, how'd he take it? It didn't even bother him. The fuck? If it were me, I'd have put your ass in a shallow grave. Not only that, he was curious about it. He even asked for, well, the messy details. Dude, I bet he's got some kind of fetish or something. What's the word? Cockhole fetish? No, that just sounds weird. I swear, it's along those lines, though. It's on the tip of my damn tongue. A cuckold fetish, you mean? Yeah, that! No way, Ty isn't like that. It's either that, or he's imagining what a threesome would be like. Whatever, you're full of shit. Dude, I'm telling you, I can see shit like this a mile away. You really gotta learn to trust your old buddy Diego one of these days. You're taking a little thing and blowing it way the hell out of proportion, Diego. Nuh-uh. Mark my words, someday soon he's gonna flirt the idea with you, and you'll see that I was right. Yeah, when pigs fly. Alright, since you're so damn sure, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Aw, hell, not this shit again. Yes, this shit again, because your ass is wrong and my ass is right, and I'm gonna prove it to you. The last thing I wanted was to become embroiled in another of Diego's bets. But this time, there seemed to be no harm in it. After all, he was talking out of his ass, and I was all too keen to wipe that know-it-all look off his face. Fine, I'm in. What are the stakes? $100 that he does. Okay, I'll counter that with 100 that he doesn't. Gotta have a time frame, though. What do you think, a month? A month? Nah, but it'll go for it way sooner than that. A week is plenty. Man, you might as well be tossing your money in the trash by making it so easy. Fine, I accept. Shake on it. Deal. Oh shit, the usually right-handed Diego extended his left hand instead, resulting in a clumsy and mismatched handshake. His other hand, of course, was busy keeping his sensitive areas hidden from prying eyes. You know, you really don't need that pizza box. I've seen your junk before, and God knows you've seen mine. Yo, that's gay as hell, man. And so what? What's your point? We're best friends. That don't make it normal. Name one best friend duo that rocks out with their cocks out. I stopped myself in the nick of time. Indeed, Ty and Lucas were a perfect example, but Ty had asked that I keep the benefits of their friendship a secret. Never mind, forget about it. Yeah, that's right. Can't think of anyone, huh? That's because friends don't do that sort of shit, man. Besides, if the tables were turned, you know you wouldn't drop the damn box either. Psh, whatever, yeah, I would. Then prove it. Prove it? How the hell am I supposed to do that? You got pants, you ditch them, I'll ditch the damn box. But you won't, and you know you won't, so the box stays put. Which one? Call Diego's bluff and drop trow, or not do that? I swear to God, this is way too entertaining. This is way too entertaining. For this, hang on, let me see if I can, like... Image 7, there we go. Just, like, lower it a bit to show the options. I swear to God, this is way too entertaining. I sighed to myself. Diego was right. I didn't have the guts, and it was unfair to expect him to. Forget it. I was just trying to make you uncomfortable or whatever. It's not worth fussing about. Chicken. Eh? I said chicken. I told you, you ain't got the guts. I do too, I just don't really want to argue about it. That's all. It ain't worth it. Bullshit. You know you've been called out. Scared of being naked in front of your bestie, eh? No, that's not it. You've seen me naked before, so it's not like I care. Great. Then you won't mind if I do this. Huh? As quick as a flash, Diego fell forward with his hands outstretched, grasping... As quick as a flash, Diego fell forward with his hands outstretched, grasping my waistband on his way down as the sound of cardboard being crushed announced his collision with the floor. He pantsed me. Hey, what the fuck? Diego laughed as he picked himself back up off the ground, the former shield for his modesty flattened though still usable should he have still needed it. Well, I guess won't be needing this no more. Diego had tossed the box with sufficient force that it flew almost like a frisbee before toppling a pile of unwashed dishes in the kitchen. I shrugged. Seeing no reason to continue wearing my shirt, I took that off too, tossing it on top of my freshly removed pants. Gotta admit, it's a little awkward, but it's also kind of liberating, you know? Two buds, hanging out. Ain't no shame in that. You were singing a very different tune only moments ago. For once, I was full of shit. Just full of shit. At least I wasn't wielding a broomstick like some kind of gay-ass monk. Don't remind me. That was your doing, by the way, when you returned your damn money to me. Hey, better hope I don't try returning the money when I win this wager, eh? Nah. I was going to, like, play the Falcon Punch sound. Like, Falcon! Punch! Good thing you're wrong, then. We'll see about that. I stifled a yawn as I took position on the couch with Diego returning into his and sitting just beside me. Diego had turned the TV off, and I could vaguely see the reflection of us both butt-ass naked on the couch. It was a weird situation, that much was certain. Okay, so what else happened with Ty? You guys made up. You told him you're a bit of a hoe. Hey. Just call it as I see it, dude. Rude? Well, we talked a bunch. You told me a bunch of stuff about Lucas, about his exes, his gran, all that. Oh, and I'm your boss now, by the way. Eh? Yeah, Ty wants us to be equals in everything, so I'm gonna be helping him run the bar going forward. No fair, I've been working there for like a year. You only got the job because you humped the damn boss. I did do that, and I'll do it again, too. Fucking goddamn bullshit. Fuck, man. I knew Diego wouldn't be happy to hear about my promotion, but I recalled what Ty had said would soothe his bad temper and decided it was worth a shot. Honestly, you're lucky. It's a lot of hard work and long hours, a ton of responsibility, and loads of boring paperwork. Paperwork? Ew, that does sound boring. On the contrary, paperwork sounded to me like it was going to be a lot of fun, but Diego need not find out why. Trust me, Diego, it sounds really hard and super tiring. I'm just doing it to help Ty out. Otherwise, hell no. Yeah, I guess you've got a point. I ain't hurting for cash anyway. Why take on more bullshit? Exactly. I caught myself yawning once again, incapable of concealing my exhaustion. I'd endured a difficult few days. Perhaps it was time to hit the hay? Sorry, Diego, but I'm beat. I think I'm gonna head to sleep now. Hell no. You sit your furry ass back down. I ain't letting you off the hook that easy. Huh? Thought I'd forgotten about Spencer, eh? Thought you could just slip away and avoid the conversation? For shame. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sure you did, jackass. The sooner you fess up, the sooner you can sleep. So spill it. What is that dude's deal? Well, you're gonna hate me for this, but Ty was being serious when he said that telling me someone could get killed. And same goes if I tell you. Nope, you ain't pulling that shit. No fucking way. Diego, relax. I'll tell you what I can, but it'll be vague. That's just the way it has to be. I'm sorry. So, who died then? What? Well, you found out, and I thought someone was supposed to die if that happened, so who died? Well, nobody. See? Then nobody is going to die if you tell me either. Diego, it's not that simple. The fact that I even found out is really dangerous. I just can't take the risk. When Ty kept his mouth shut, I just wound up being more curious, so I'm going to try to address your concerns at the very least. Can't believe you pulled this shit. Diego, please, you know I wouldn't lie about something like this. We've been best friends for years, and I've always been honest with you about shit like this. You trust me, right? Yeah, I guess. So can you trust me on this? I'll tell you all I can. The forbidden horror of Diego. But it's just too dangerous to be specific. Fine, still think you're an ass, though. I may be an ass, but I'm a nice, sexy ass. Gay. So I guess the obvious grounds here for this conversation is to say that Ty and Spencer dated for a year or so. No shit. But with an emphasis on dated. They split up about a month ago. Neither of them wanted it to end, but they were left with no other choice. No choice? How's that work? Let's just say that Ty has a corvid allergy. That is the simplest way to explain it. The more time he spent with Spencer, the sicker he got, and he was hell-bent on staying put. It was Spencer who called things off in the end, seeing how sick Ty had gotten. Why doesn't he just use... I don't know how to say that. Antihistamine. Why doesn't he just use antihistamines or some shit? Because it's not literally an allergy. It's a little more complicated than that, but I can't really say any more about it. Just know that Spencer was terrible for his health, and there was nothing they could do to change that. Okay. Another thing about this allergy is that it can spread downwind. Remember how I've been acting kind of weird lately? That's because I picked it up from Ty. Oh, I know what it is. What? Oh yeah! Forbidden Diego. I'm sorry, Diego, but you're not allowed to be slim. I'm sorry, it sucks, but you're not allowed to. What? Damn, dude, who knew Spencer was out there spreading STDs? What? It ain't an STD. It's only natural to be embarrassed. For what it's worth, everything looks normal to me, man. Not that I've been looking, I just, Dude, it's not an STD. But having sex is a good way to spread it, but let's not get weighed down by the little details. The point is they had to split up, but they never stopped loving each other, and it was only a month back, so the wounds are still quite raw. Raw.
You shut the fuck up! 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 I hope you die in a fire!
Hold on, let me turn this down a bit, so you can, like, actually hear what I just played.
You shut the fuck up! 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 I hope you die in a fire!
Diego needs to shut the fuck up. He does. Because he just made a joke. A joke that I didn't appreciate. No one appreciated that joke, Diego. Shut the hell up. Raw. Raw's what got you in this mess to start with. Shut up, I'm telling you it ain't an STD. Of course it's not. Point is Ty's recovering, but it's a long road. I'm recovering now too, but I don't know how long it'll take for me. Spencer gave both Ty and me some medicine though, so I won't be hunting prey and making stupid mistakes like that anytime soon. Wait, I ain't gonna catch it, right? I'll work with both of you. It doesn't affect most people. It was an unlucky fluke that both Ty and I were susceptible. The easiest tell is you'll start getting some real vivid fucked up dreams. If that starts happening, talk to Ty or talk to me. That don't help me much. My dreams are fucked up already. The other night I dreamed I was out bowling, but for some reason I was covered in some slippery oil-like shit. So when I went to bowl, I slipped down and slid down the alley, knocking the pins over with my chunky ass. Huh? Yeah, but wait, it gets worse. So I wind up on that conveyor belt, and it sends me back to the start. Then people start bowling with me instead. They're all fighting over me like I was some kind of lucky charm or something. I tried to tell them I wasn't a bowling ball, but they couldn't hear me. Okay, point taken. That's fucked up, but that's not the right kind of fucked up, so there's nothing to worry about. Well, good, I guess. So with the stuff established, what else do you want to know about Spencer? If I ask, would you even answer? As much as I can, yes. As for how much that is, all you can really do is ask and find out. Is Spencer dangerous, or is being around him dangerous? He is harmless, and being around him is only dangerous if you're allergic. The people who are looking for him are not the sort that would harm bystanders. Right, so this whole person dying thing, what's up with that? You explained your sexy diseases like they were allergies. Do you think you can explain this in a sort of similar way? I guess you could almost say that Spencer is in witness protection, and if the wrong people find out who he is, they'll come for him. Huh? So he'd be the dead guy. And I guess Spencer ain't even his real name. Wait, was he the same person as Solomon or Sebastian? It's his life that would be in danger. No, Spencer's not his real name. As for the other two, I guess you could say they're family. Of course, that was a white lie. I simply saw another way to explain it without hinting at Apollo's immortality. It was a can of worms I didn't want to open, so a white lie was the safest bet. You don't sound so sure. What else are you going to believe? He can't be Sebastian, or else he'd be the oldest man alive. I don't know, maybe he's an immortal vampire or some shit that keeps changing his name every time he gets caught sucking blood. It hurt my soul how close Diego was to being right while simultaneously being almost comically wrong. Oh, wait, he was dating Ty, so he'd be a gay vampire. He ain't sucking blood, he's sucking dick, right? Funny joke. he managed to offend vampires and make a gay joke all at the same time. Honestly, Diego, what the fuck are we going to do with you? You're built different. Diego is just built different. Hang on, I need to, like, edit this thing. I forgot to do that last night. One of the VODs I put as 26 instead. 25 instead of 26. Okay. Avantos. Hang on. I don't want to do the accent, so I'm just gonna, like, hit the voiceover. I feel like it might be funnier.
Self-voicing enabled. Diego, I be on to Ziyuak your day 16. Self-voicing disabled.
Better hope I don't call your bluff. I didn't mean shut up. Besides, he couldn't be a vampire. Ty's scared of vampires, or he was as a kid. I guess he probably isn't anymore. So if those other dudes are family or whatever, his relationship with them is why he's giving Lucas those weird contracts. I guess he's got some clout or something. That's right, yeah. He's, well, not officially involved, which is why you won't find any mention of him on the staff roster. He just helps out from time to time. Right, got it. Another detail that wasn't strictly true, but it wasn't far from it either. As long as it sated Diego's curiosity, it will do the job. I guess that covers it then. I think. I mean, obviously it doesn't. But I know I ain't getting more out of you. Don't even know what else to ask. Guess I'm just glad he ain't some big shot mafioso. So, what do I do if I see him, like he comes into the bar or something? I'll say, just be nice to him, maybe even a little nicer than usual. His life is pretty tough, and he's constantly treated with distrust. But he's a really kind and sweethearted guy, so be kind and give him the benefit of the doubt. People wouldn't treat him with distrust if he wasn't so damn suspicious. But, alright, I'll take your word for all of this. And I'll be nice if he comes in for a drink. He buys a fancy shit, so who's complaining, I guess. Thanks for trusting me, Diego. I'm sorry I couldn't say more, but it's like I said. I shouldn't even know the things I do. And Spencer is a lovely guy. I don't want him to get hurt. You're lucky you're my best friend. If Dom had told me that, I'd have beaten his ass. Oh shit, speaking of, somehow I don't think Dom is going to accept your vague explanations. Yeah, I don't know what to do about Dom, if I'm honest. Tell you what, leave Dom to me. He's been friends with me a lot longer, so he'll probably take it better if I'm the one who tells him. You don't have to do that. Shut your ass. I'll do it whether or not you like it. Let me help, okay? Alright, thanks, Diego. Don't mention it. Sort of close the book on that mystery, especially considering how vague the answers are. I'm glad he ain't scary after all that. I am too. Going to his house yesterday was reckless. If he had been dangerous, I might not have come back. I know. I spent last night thinking that had happened. My bad. Like I said earlier, though, things should begin settling down again, and I won't vanish like that again. You better not. I won't. So, I just remembered something. Remember Tobias from back in university? How could I forget with all the damn chaos he called? Good guy, but yeesh! Never know what kind of mood he'd be in. Why do you ask? Turns out he's from Woodcrest and Lucas knows him. Huh? What the hell, man? Crazy coincidence. But he's a CEO of his own company by now. What a wild card, but shit, man, he was clever. I don't know what he's doing professionally, but apparently he's back here in Woodcrest. Really? Maybe we'll run into him someday. Give him a knuckle sandwich for old time's sake. He's had it coming for a long-ass time. Count me in, we'll give him 2. Well, brought that up anyway. We kind of suspect that Logan and Tobias know each other. We're not sure yet, but we're gonna look into it and find out more. Sounds like they might be long-lost friends. I see. Well, good luck, man. And either way, get his number or something. We'll rough him up for old time's sake. Will do. Now, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm super tired and all. Would love to get some sleep after the long couple of days I've had. Oh yeah, hard day frolicking in the woods with Ty, huh? I know what you two like to get up to in the great outdoors. Actually, we haven't, consummated our reunion just yet. Come on, what's the holdup? Gotta remind that tiger of what you can do, right? Yeah, I guess. I'm definitely keen, so we'll see when the time feels right. I don't really care what we're doing, so long as he's beside me. If it happens, we've only done it twice. What's up? Oh god. Oh god. Oh, shut up, Diego. I'm going to bed. Ahem, aren't you forgetting something? What now? I already told you about Spencer. I know, not that, something else. I racked my brain, desperately trying to determine what else I could possibly have missed. Alas, I could not think of anything for the life of me, which left me little choice but to ask. Sorry, I guess I'm so out of it at this point that my brain has stopped working. Refresh my memory. What have I forgotten? Your kneecaps are looking awfully pristine, and I believe I was going to do something about that. Hey, I came home tonight just like I promised. You were late, though, and that doesn't excuse last night or the night before that matter. You deserve this, and you know it. But I need my knees. You can't do this to me. But I can, and I'm gonna. Diego stood up from his position on the couch and began creeping closer and closer towards me. I closed my eyes and braced for the pain. Ow, watch it! And so concluded the chronicle of my kneecaps and their ultimate undoing. Hell hath no fury like a best friend scorned, and to be fair, I kinda deserved it. It was a good thing he was only joking around and didn't actually hurt me, but I'm sure he enjoyed the terror he had inflicted all the same. Yo, I just got like a notification. Like, welcome to Java. Yo, I got like a Java notification. I think I can hide that. How fascinating it can be to a fly on the wall. My elbows were planted firmly upon the countertop as I perched atop one of the many comfortable stools lining the counter and Ty's bar with my head resting lazily in my hands. And as I sat there, I listened. That morning I had accompanied Russell and Axel to the combat tournament as planned, and as expected, my subsequent journey to Ty's bar was non-solitude. I had at least anticipated Russell's company, but the fact that Axel had also come along was unexpected indeed. Unified in destination but not in purpose, it was the promise of a wonderful date with my newly on-again boyfriend which served as my motivation. Russell, on the other hand, was a newly minted employee at Ty's bar and had come to start a shift, and as for Axel, well, you see, Axel had joined us intending to become intoxicated. Out of character, you say? Without a doubt, and believe me, the very fact had become quite the liability. For him having such a crazy idea was, well, it was kind of my fault. I gotta hear this. Okay, cute. But Maxwell seems pretty strong. Maybe he will win? Axe, little dude. You know how they match these things up, right? They always, like, make sure that the strongest fighters end up in the finals. So in the semis, who they think are the strongest never, like, face each other. Really? So it doesn't operate on a normal ladder or anything? It's all about the spectacle, my dudes. And with Kyrix being last year's champ, I'd, like, bet anything that they're counting on Maxwell getting stomped. But then that means... Yep, assuming they have Logan, like, pegged as the other strongest fighter, they're totally expecting Jay to lose to him in the next fight. A fairer match would have been Maxwell versus Jay, but like I said, my dudes, it's not about fair, it's about the spectacle. Oh no, I don't know if I can watch. Don't stress, little dude. Logan may be strong, but he's, like, totally disciplined, too. If he had wanted to hurt me, he would have. He was actually kind of gentle when kicking my ass. And besides, Jay is, like, all kinds of sturdy. He'll be fine. Still, seriously, Axel, I know Jay pretty well at this point. He knows what he's in for, and he can take it. Besides, who knows? He might even win. But then Logan gets hurt. You've totally come to the wrong place if you don't enjoy seeing people get hurt, little dude. You just gotta, like, put that out of your mind and enjoy the show. Okay, I guess you're right. Oh, and before I forget, what's a show without some snacks? Be right back, my dudes. It's my treat. Yay, snacks! Russell got out of his seat and began squeezing past the other patrons that sat between us and the aisle which led to the freshman stand. He slid through the narrow gap cleanly, avoiding any contact with the other patrons, only for his oversized tail to brush and smack almost every single patron after the fact. Having made his escape at long last, I turned back to Axel, whose amused grin was no doubt a flawless match for my own. There was something I was dying to know about, and Russell wouldn't be absent for long. There simply wasn't time to ease into the topic. I know this is kind of a jarring topic shift, but I'm just dying to know. Have you had any luck with Dom yet? Oh, well, no. Not yet. I tried to arrange a time for us to talk last night. He didn't really respond. I see. I think the only way you're going to get his undivided attention is if you don't ask, you just take it. Demand it, you know what I mean? Oh, like, just tell him we're talking right now kind of thing, and just say what I need to say? Yeah, he can't blow you off that way. You can get everything off your chest, and if he tells you he needs time to think about his response, that's too bad. He should have listened to you sooner. Don't leave without a response. That seems kinda aggressive. Exactly. If you're not aggressive about it, you're not going to get anywhere. You deserve answers. Are you sure this is right? To tell you the truth, no, I don't. It's what I'll do. But I make mistakes. Hell, I've made a lot of mistakes. But I like to think this advice comes from an educated perspective. Communication is important, and you deserve better than to be left in limbo. I'm scared of what he might say, of what I might say. I'm scared because I don't know what the right choice is. I care a lot about Dom, but I care a lot about Russell too. I cared a lot about him for a lot longer. I'm scared that if things go well, it'll be the wrong choice, but I'm also scared that if things don't go well, that will be the wrong choice. I've thought about it a lot, and I just don't know what the answer is. I don't know who to choose. Part of me feels comfortable where I am now, because at least that way I don't get an answer I don't like. And that way I don't lose either of them as friends. I don't want to lose them, either of them. I understand how that feels, but only once you've tackled something like this head on will you be able to heal from it. If you just leave it unresolved, it'll continue hurting like this forever. I know, it's so scary. I don't know how you did it, Aiden. Did what? Yesterday, going to see Ty. You're so brave. I wish I could be that brave. How did you do it, Aiden? I guess I wanted resolution so bad that the nervousness barely even registered. That's so brave. But what if you weren't so brave? What would you do if you were me? That's a terrible question to ask. Knowing me, I'd probably get myself drunk. Nothing like alcohol to make you feel 10 feet tall. They call it liquid courage for a reason, after all. Liquid courage? Haven't you heard that term before? Well, alcohol is a way of making you feel indestructible, though usually it's superpower used in stupid and dangerous ways, and of course, you're not really indestructible. You just feel like you are. Huh. Yo, hope you like your popcorn, like extra buttery, my dudes. Ooh, yay, buttery goodness. Damn it, Aiden. At the time, I didn't think much about my suggestion nor Axel's reaction, and after the fight, when Axel indicated he wanted to join us on our trip to the bar, it still didn't click. It was halfway through our journey that I realized what Axel's intentions were, and realized that no good would come of this at all. And so, as I sat upon that stool, a fly on the wall, I watched Axel closely, monitoring to ensure that he would not get himself into any trouble. I didn't know you, drank, little dude. Since when? Since today. But, you said you didn't like the taste. That means I haven't tried the right ones yet. Come on, Russ, you work here. You got to know what the yummiest drink is, right? Yeah, little dude, it's gotta be the pina colada, but are you sure? What now? Nah, it doesn't matter, I'll take one. Are you sure, little dude? You know I'm working today, so, I can't take you home if you had one too many. It's okay. I'm just gonna drink until I have the courage to talk to Dom, and alcohol helps. Aiden said so. Oh, did he now? Alright, little man, one tasty pina colada coming, right up. Yay, thanks, Russ. Russell turned away from the elated cheetah, his own smile fading into a look of faith. Hang on, where is the text at? Is that it? There we go. Russell turned away from the elated cheetah, his own smile fading into a look of vague disappointment as soon as Axel could no longer witness it. Russell then walked the perimeter of the bar, retrieving the equipment needed to make a pina colada, which he set up on the countertop immediately in front of where I sat. So, Ax tells me that the sudden interest in, drinking was your idea, my dude. Sorry, he asked me what I'd do if I were him, so I said something stupid like getting drunk. I guess he missed the stupid part because it wasn't intended as a suggestion. I see. Don't sweat it, my dude. I know how you can get, especially when he's, totally desperate. I know talking to Dom is something he's struggling to find the nerve for. He told you about that? Dude, duh, we're besties, my dude. Of course he did. I feel super bad that I couldn't, like, set them up myself, man. It's so weird, too. I've set up a bunch of couples before now, but I can't seem to make this one, like, connect, I guess. There's something up with Dom, man, but, like, I don't know what. I tried talking to him, but it seems kind of like he still doesn't trust me. You guys seemed to hit it off at the hot springs the other day, and to be fair, he hasn't told Axel either. And they're best friends. I wouldn't take it personally. That makes sense, though, my dude. If it involves Axel, of course he wouldn't, like, tell him. He could tell me, but he just, like, won't. Maybe because he knows Axel and I are tight or whatever. But with the number of times he's, like, evaded the dates I've set up, there's no way it's a coincidence, my dude. I just wish there were, like, something I could do. Wait, what if you talk to him? He trusts you, right? My mind wandered the topic of Apollo. I hadn't told Dom yet, but there was no way he'd open up to me about what was going on when I couldn't fill him in on something he worked so hard for. And besides, we hadn't known one another that long. Diego, on the other hand... I don't think I'm the best choice for that. I've only been in Woodquest a little while after all. Dom and I are friends, but we're not that tight just yet. But maybe Diego could help? Maybe, my dude, but telling Diego Axe's secret, he seems kinda unreliable. I like backfire or whatever, my man. You might be right, but I think he's your best bet. I guess I could try, but I strongly doubt I'd get anywhere. I'll keep that in mind, my dude. Thanks. Russ, how much longer? Oop, looks like the little dude is getting restless. I'd better get the string to him stat. A cursory glance in Axel's direction revealed a shuffling of feet and a twiddling of thumbs. Axel was rearing to get things underway. Of course, pina colada isn't a strong beverage, but Axel was a complete beginner when it came to drinking. There was every possibility that things could go rather poorly. Russell and I shared a look of melancholic concern for several brief moments before he placed a small paper umbrella on the top of Axel's freshly made drink, and began making his way around the corner once more for its delivery. Gazing at the antique clock mounted above the swinging kitchen doors behind the bar, I could see it was noon. Just as I was wondering what the holdup was, a familiar brown dingo emerged from those same swinging doors and made a beeline straight for me. Hey dude, where's your drink? Don't tell me Russ has been slacking on his service. No, he hasn't. Don't worry, I just haven't ordered anything. Eh? Why not? If I were you, I'd be halfway into a coma right now. Dates always make me nervous and shit, especially in a fairly new relationship. Really? Why? Guess I'm scared that I won't live up to the hype. I usually date online, but I always talk big and all that. People wind up liking me for my jokes or whatever, but I'm always super scared they won't like me in person, that I'm fatter than they expected, not as funny. I don't know, some shit like that. Pah, that doesn't apply to you though, I guess. I mean, a fat ass like me, and this ain't online dating. Ty knows exactly what he's in for. Hell, if he had any doubts, he's had so many chances to haul ass by now. The fact he's still here means he really wants you, so there's no reason to be scared. Heh. Yeah, I guess so. I'm pretty comfortable with Ty, despite everything, so I guess I'm not nervous. Just excited. Really excited, and I don't want any alcohol in my system clouding my judgment. I'll only drink if he does. Sounds like a solid plan, dude. Although the last time we drank together, we had the same amount, and I was kind of sketchy while he seemed sober. He's a big guy, lots of muscles, and shit for the alcohol to soak into. And he's kind of old, so I bet he has tolerance and shit. Not sure if that's how it works, but sure thing, Diego. Psh, ye of little faith. You'll see. I know I'm right. Aw, shit, that's right. He wanted me to pass a message on. Oh, let's hear it then. He's sorry it's taking so long. It was an unexpectedly busy morning, so he only started the wages just before he got here. Said he won't be too much longer, maybe a quarter of an hour. And he said he's
Self-voicing enabled. Diego, and he said he's hungry for your cock and can't wait to get you alone. Day 17, 2.
Oh, I'm sure he said that last bit. Come on, Diego, that doesn't even sound close to something Ty would say. Fine, you got me. The rest was legit, though, I swear. Oh, and if you change your mind about the drinks, he said standard menu stuff is on the house now that you're... Ugh, the boss and all. You goddamn ass. That's no way to speak to your boss, Diego. Maybe not, but that's exactly how I speak to Ty, so don't think you're going to get any special treatment from me just because we're best friends. Fair enough. Thanks, Diego. I'll be patient. Ty's handsome. And sweet. And perfect in every way. He's worth the wait. Yeah, this is getting a little gay for me, but I still got prep to do in the kitchen. I'll probably finish up before you leave, but if not, catch you tomorrow, man. Huh? Tomorrow? What do you mean? Diego glanced from side to side to make sure nobody was listening in before he leaned in and delivered a comment not all that unlike his previous one. Of course, the only reason he sought secrecy was because he wasn't spitting bullshit this time around. Because if you come home on time tonight, that means you really screwed something up on your date. I don't want no more screw-ups, you hear? You're spending the night at Ty's tonight, or else. Or else what? Or else those kneecaps go to pay the price again. Well, isn't this a change from the status quo? Instead of being mad because I didn't come home, instead you'll be mad if I do. Because I'm expecting it this time, that's all. Just in case, wear some clothes tonight, okay? No promises. Anyway, dude, later. Later, Diego. Diego disengaged with an ungraceful pirouette accompanied by a cheeky grin as he nodded in the direction past my left shoulder before disappearing back into the bowels of the bar's kitchen. Pointing my gaze to where Diego had indicated, I saw none other than one of the unsuccessful contestants in that morning's combat tournament semifinals. Don't worry about it. And the inspiration for Diego's dramatic exit. In that booth sat a familiar face along with one of Ty's bandmates, a southern winter dragon by the name of Jay Ortega, and interestingly, he was not the only dragon sitting within that booth. Seated opposite the exasperated and irritated face of my flirtatious friend saw a man I knew as Maxwell Ortega, thanks to the announcer of the combat tournament having said as much before his catastrophic loss against a certain feathered raptor. Though I'll soon learn that having lost the semifinals was one of the many things the two of them had in common. You kidding? With speed like that, you could run the laps around just about any old fool. That's Ortegan genetics doing you proud. You just got unlucky today. That's all. It happens. But if you keep on top of your training, next year, I'd say you've got it in the bag. If you say so. I do. But hey, kid, forgive an old fool for his curiosity, but, what's your house? House? Yeah, you know, the house your family represents. The crest which hung from the door of your childhood home. Every Ortegan has one. Not me. Bah, now I don't believe that for one stinking moment. You know, even if it's a little one, there's no need to be embarrassed. It ain't the size of your house that matters, it's what you do with it, right? I'm just not interested in all that cultural crap, that's all. I don't know. He was in the, combat tournament. Oh god, I just realized Disapproving Shark Disapproves is still up. Let me take that down. Crap. Bah, come on now, that ain't fair. Our people have a long and storied history. We got culture coming out the wazoo. Our heritage is an immense source of pride among mankind. Ain't you at least a little proud? Nope, not really. Say, how long has it been since you visited home? Because it sounds to me like you spent too much time on the outside and lost your identity somewhere along the way. A trip back home and a tour of the shrines and temples? That ought to rekindle the fire in your belly. Lost my identity? For your information, my identity has never been in question, and Woodcrest is my home, not that inhospitable frozen wasteland where I grew up. I am to never set foot in those lands again, and if I went the rest of my life without seeing another Ortegan, I'd consider myself fortunate. Fortunate? I don't get it. Do you truly despise your own kind so much? And why? People are strong and proud. They hold it right there. Strong and proud? Last I checked, the only two Ortegans fighting in the Woodcrest combat tournament were promptly dispatched by a polar bear and a raptor. So much for strong and proud. Hey now, that raptor won a dishonorable victory with such dirty tricks. That does not count. I saw Jay's fists clench alongside a brief flash of white as he bared his teeth over so slightly. His reaction seemed perhaps a touch extreme, though it was clear there was more to the story than I already knew. Hang on, I'm curious about something. I got a notification on my phone, like, check it real quick. Because I'm, like, curious. Okay, not what I was expecting, but a welcome change, nonetheless. I saw Jay's fists clenching. Either way, Maxwell was doing a splendid job of riling Jay up. I had never seen him angry before, but seeing him now, I knew I was about to. That raptor didn't break any rules. Did hell freeze over? That raptor won fair and square. Your honor is nothing more than a meaningless relic. It'll do you no good in these parts, old man. Old man? Hey now, I know I'm getting on a bit, but it ain't fair to point it out. And honor? We are nothing without honor. Have you so quickly forgotten your education? Honor separates civilized men from frenzied beasts. Our honor is our code, our justice, and our order. Through honor, we attain dignity. Through honor, we aspire to be the very best we can be. It is through honor that all righteous men may be equal and only... Equal? Equal? Are you hearing yourself right now? There is nothing equal about Ortegan society. No matter how much honor one might have, how dare you preach such twisted falsehoods? You have no pride for our species then? For our heritage? Our age-old customs? No pride at all? Well, gee, let me think. I live on the opposite side of the world. What does that tell you? And if you've got such a hard-on for all that meaningless garbage, why are you here? Go back home, seeing as it's clearly so much better than here. I never said that, and I'm here on business as a matter of fact. And for the record, I actually kind of like it here, though, I will admit to being a little homesick. It's so cold here. My bones are constantly rattling. I guess it ain't a problem for you, being a winter dragon and all. Interesting line of work that lands you in the Woodquest combat tournament. Hey, it won't work related or nothing. I was just trying to keep myself from going stir crazy during the downtime. And, guess I kind of wanted to see how Woodquest's finest compared to the mythical might of the Western Sands. Well, the results are in. Survey says, pretty damn well, apparently. Hey now, I already told you that didn't count. In a fair fight, I would have emerged the victor. Mark my words. It was a fair fight, and just because you held back in the name of your worthless honors doesn't change that. Honor this, honor that. It's no wonder we're going extinct. It hurts like hell hearing such venomous words from the lips of my kin. Kin? Let's get one thing crystal clear. We're not kin. I have no love for our kind, and I owe them nothing. For all I care, they can rot. And lucky for me, they are. You cannot say stuff like that. Our culture and our people deserve greater respect. Greater respect? Do they really? Of course they do. I can't begin to understand your disdain. What has our kind done to deserve so much contempt? Well, let's see, shall we? For one, we are members of the most homophobic species on Earth, and voluntary participants in a culture that treats homosexuality with such disgust and derision that generation after generation of young gay men have come of age bearing the belief that they are broken and worthless. And even when the percentage of hetero kids fell into single digits, this attitude only intensified, 5 times the teen suicide rate of any other species. A rate that even now, in the twilight of our existence, continues to worsen year on year, accelerating our extinction at a rate quicker than doomsday clock disorder could ever hope to match. You're also concerned with using breeding viability as an excuse to save our own damn species when all you're doing is killing us off differently. And worse yet, you don't even care. It's not like we could pass on our genetics or anything, right? You know, I had a group of friends who I started high school with. Five of us all told. A few years later, I graduated, alone. I was the only one who hadn't taken his life. All this bloodshed, and for what? Our kind has passed the point of no return a long, long time ago, and yet you insist on making us suffer in vain because none of you idiots can see the obvious truth with your own 2 eyes. And all the while, you ignorant bastards cling to honor and tradition like it's anything other than worthless, backward bullshit that only serves to worsen our plight. But even knowing that it hinders us, you still cling so tightly to it, afraid of ever letting it go. Don't you see, we're so fixated on our impending doom that it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And even if we ever cured DCD, you know as well as I do that would still follow in humankind's footsteps. We would make sure of that. Now tell me, can you still claim to be proud of our people, of our culture and our heritage? That bloody massacre, tell me you're proud of it. Do you have any idea how long I kept that part of myself a secret? Do you have any idea of how ashamed I felt? Of how it ate away at me, night after night, as I lay in blood, my blankets damp from the ceaseless tears, wishing I could have been somebody else, anybody else. If I had been born a wolf, I would have been accepted, or panther, an eagle, even an antelope. If I had been anything other than Ortegan, I would have been good enough. There would have been no tears to shed. I wouldn't have spent my formative years ashamed of the way I was born. This is why our kind is deserving of such contempt. There's nothing to be proud of. Our culture and our people deserve no respect, and I'll continue to do everything in my power to distance myself from it all. Here, on the opposite end of the world, I can not only be whoever I want to be, but I'm accepted for it, and so I know exactly who I am. I'm no longer Jay of House... I don't know how to say that.
Self-voicing enabled. J. I am no longer J of House I Said Leger.
No longer Jay the
Self-voicing
Ortegan.
disabled.
Not even Jay the Southern Winter Dragon. My species, my heritage, and my culture, none of that defines who I am. Woodcrest is my home. These are my people, and here, I can simply be Jay and nothing more.
Self-voicing enabled. Maxwell, I said leger.
I would bow to show my
Self-voicing
respect,
disabled.
but I guess that ain't what you would be wanting. You're right, and it's like I said, I abandoned that mantle a long time ago. But how should I address you? Do you even have a title? No, I already told you. I'm Jay. Just Jay. The previously bustling bar had been brought to total silence by Jay's furious outburst, something that he was now painfully conscious of in his post-rage clarity. You could have heard a pin drop as Jay's cheeks grow redder and redder with every passing second. Not one pair of eyes in the entire building was looking anywhere except the typically cheerful dragon who calmly yet bashfully placed some distance between himself and Maxwell, taking a position on a stool to the immediate left of my own. As he sat, he did not make eye contact, instead staring intently at the knots and swirls in the polished wood of the bar's countertop. He remained in total silence as the usual ambience one would expect from a popular bar gradually returned as the patrons returned to their business once more. Jay had never mentioned how he felt. Apollo told me about how Ortegans had practically worshipped heterosexual couples, though I had not known that such behavior persisted to this very day, and I had not known that Jay had endured such suffering firsthand. Jay, are you okay, man? Jay sighed before motioning to Russell, who was busy drying glasses behind the counter. Russell sprung into action, having already memorized Jay's favorite drink, preparing him a glass and depositing it on the counter with his usual toothy smile accompanied by a subtle hint of concern. Here you go, my dude. Aiden, seeing as you're, the boss now and everything, can I comp this drink? No, forget that. He drinks free today. You sure, my dude? Would Ty be okay with it? He would be, and even if he weren't, I'll cover it from my own pocket. You don't have to do that for me. And you didn't have to take me home when I had a breakdown in the cafe. This is the least I can do to say thanks. That's real, nice of you, my dude. I cannot... No way he finished his second glass already. Sorry, my dudes, but, duty calls. Thanks, Aiden. I guess that makes us even, huh? It does. Ugh, I feel like a total fool. I don't think that, not one bit, and I promise you nobody else in here thinks you're a fool either. You sure about that? My countryman back there seems to think so. I turned my gaze back to the booth Jay had been seated at only moments prior, where his former companion of sorts remained, staring into space with a quizzical expression that suggested his upbringing had little in common with Jay's. Nonetheless, it was not an expression of disbelief. Maxwell had clearly heard similar things before, even if he himself had not experienced them, and above all, Maxwell was clearly taking Jay's critique to heart and no longer thought him a fool. Not anymore. You know, Jay, I don't think he does. If anything, it looks like you've shattered his perception of the world around him a little. It's written all over his face. Take a look. Thanks, but I would rather not. That's fair enough. He said something about noble blood. What was all that about? My family is quite well off, I suppose would be the term. Not for any hard work of our own, mind you, but for that of our ancestors, just riding on the coattails of those who came before. Makes me sick, if I'm honest. I always hated being treated like royalty. Anyway, I'm sorry you had to see that outburst. It's been years since I even thought about all that stuff. I thought I was over it, but I guess something like that doesn't just vanish so easily. Being here in Woodcrest just spared me from having to think about it. Don't apologize. If anything, I'm glad for the opportunity to get to know you better. Even if the topic isn't exactly lighthearted, I'd heard bits and pieces, but I had no idea things were that bad for you guys growing up. Believe me, the reality is even worse than what you can imagine. Being a teenager back home is like going to war. You don't know how many of your friends will be coming home. You don't even know if you will be coming home. Being a rare species has perks here and there, sure, but mostly being Ortegan sucks, big time. And hearing that brainwashed, so blindly patriotic propaganda, it made my blood boil. It's no different to laughing in the faces of my friends who didn't make it. Jay unleashed an exhausted and downtrodden sigh, slouching forward with his arms dangling freely for several moments before snapping back into position, forcing the return of his usual cheerful grin as the redness in his cheeks began to gradually subside. But I am not here to dwell on the past, be that my upbringing or some smaller scale like the ass-whooping I got this morning. Happy topics only going forward, and I apologize for the sullen mood. You wouldn't believe the last few days I've had. It's utterly ridiculous. I feel like a character in a shoddy foreign soap opera. Alright, I asked Ty last night if I'd missed anything, and he suggested you might have a story to tell me. Ah, but of course, I'm reminded that some congratulations are in order. Glad to hear that you and Ty are back together. But do us all a favor, stay together this time, okay? I'm way ahead of you. Diego has already threatened physical violence if things go awry one more time. Believe me, I need no more encouragement. Oh dear, well I'm glad to hear you're motivated to make things work at least. So what's this drama I've missed exactly? Right. Well, yeah, well, it's a doozy. I can't tell you right now, too many people within earshot. It's kind of, well, it's a sensitive topic and something I'm keen to keep to myself for the time being. I'll tell you, but later on I can count on seeing you at practice tonight, I hope. You bet your ass. That's what I like to hear. I've already told Ty and Cranky Sticks, so telling the story again at practice seems like the best idea. Alright, I'd say I'm looking forward to it, but honestly, I'm not so sure if I am. Oh, and, Cranky Sticks? He'd be pissed if I heard you calling him that, which is exactly why I do it. He's all frowny on the surface, but he knows I'm just yanking his chain. Secretly, I bet he even likes it. Geez, what else have I missed? It almost sounds like you're chasing Lucas. What's the old phrase? Treat them mean, keep them keen? Worry not, I'm simply enjoying a bit of fun at his expense. Although I concede, he's a looker. Does Eric know you're encroaching on his turf? I bet he's furious. You'd be surprised, even though I'm hardly angling for such a thing, Eric has already made me promise him a detailed description if I catch a glimpse of what's good. You know what? Somehow that sounds even more on brand for Eric. He originally wanted a photograph. The detailed description is a compromise. Hey, shark. Oh my. I need to see this. The distinctive sounds of Axel's slur caught our attention as we both turned in unison to witness the forthcoming commotion. Judging by the slight smirk that spread across Jay's lips suggested he was grateful for something so timely to distract his own embarrassing commotion only moments prior. Where's the next one? I'm almost finished. Little dude, I totally just put that there. Did you like shotgun the whole thing? That's a secret. Axe, I think you've like had one too many, my dude. Heck, maybe like 3 too many by the looks of you, my man. Maybe it's time to like, I don't know, take it easy. Hey! I'm a paying customer. How dare you speak to me like that? Okay, I'm like starting to see a family resemblance, my dude. I want another peanut colander. Axel, dude, no. Russell, dude, yeesh. Pina Kaluga. Pimple container. That one wasn't even like close at all, little dude. Balance has been restored to the universe. Well then, at least I'm not the only train wreck here today. This shit happens all the damn time, man. Except usually I don't know the people making fools of themselves. But well, it's an entertaining day at work, I guess. It's less entertaining when you're the fool, I can assure you. Welcome back, Diego. How's it hanging? Oh, you know, it's a hot day, so they're hanging loosely enough that they keep slapping my thighs when I walk. Oh, that is quite an image. Geez, Diego, that's not... I mean, sheesh, ever heard of underwear? Pfft, underwear is for losers. Besides, I like to feel the breeze. I like to think of it as easy access. I bet you're talking from personal experience. Oh, please, I have little use for underwear with how I'm equipped. It's weirder for me to be wearing any. I actually don't know how to respond to that. You win, I guess. Finished in the kitchen, Diego? Yep, just finished. Oh, and Ty said that he'd be out in a jiffy, and so I am. A wonderful afternoon to you, Aiden. Afternoon, Ty. And a very good afternoon to you as well, Jay. A wonderful afternoon, my most esteemed bandmate. Geez, Aiden, are those two always so insufferable when they're together? I stopped myself from giving a serious answer at the last minute, instead deciding to align myself with the eloquent doer to give Diego something to really complain about. I say, good sir, I know not what you mean. I find these two gentlemen and their splendid companionship to be rather spiffing. It is clear to me you are simply not a man of class, unlike myself and our present company. What the... Indeed, bad show, sir, very bad show. Perhaps you could learn a thing or two, my chocolate-covered companion. I dare say these two fine chaps would make jolly good educators when it comes to the topic of finer language and higher class etiquette. Yeah, nope, no way, nope, I ain't dealing with this kind of bullshit today, thank you very much. I'm gonna do something like, oh, but that sad-looking dragon over there would perk right up with a good drink or two. Maybe he's super loaded and wants a glass or 3 of fire water. Ooh, Diego's gonna make some stacks today, let me tell you. Diego quickly excused himself from the discussion, unwilling to endure my overdramatic mockery for a minute more. While Diego was not a fan of my more posh side, both Ty and Jay seemed to be quite smitten with it, judging by their perfectly matching grins. I almost feel bad for him. He can dish it, but he sure can't take it. And speaking of taking it, I take it nobody thought to tell him the firewater is a winter dragon beverage. Our sandy siblings are not at all fond of its warming effects, what with coming from an overwhelmingly hot climate already. Though we have been robbed of the opportunity to teach the boy some manners, perhaps a rather passionate countryman will educate him on this particular matter instead. Passionate? You were watching? I could hear the yelling from my office. I checked the cameras to ensure everything was under control, that is all. Worry not, I'm glad that you stood up for yourself as you did. I cannot stand preachy, traditional types. They make my skin crawl. Really? I thought you grew up in Woodcrest, though. There's barely anybody like that around here. Indeed, but I saw plenty on a vacation taken during my youth. Grant took me and Lucas to our family's ancestral kingdom, and while we lack the homophobia Ortegans are known for, believe me, there was more than enough antiquated traditions for several lifetimes. I enjoyed much of the vacation, but I've never once wanted to go back. I see. Sounds like we have a lot more in common than I thought. Indeed, it does, my friend. But enough on that topic. I would like to learn how you fared at the tournament this morning. I would become bearing good news, my friend. Not likely. That polar bear, jeez, I'm gonna have nightmares about him. It was like fighting a brick wall. Oh dear, yes, his reputation precedes him, unfortunately. Though, if it soothes your wounds any, I hear from a reliable source that he is quite the opposite in the bedroom. What, Ty? Oh yes, I wonder who might have found that out, Both Jay and Ty turned to face me in unison. Sly expressions printed on their faces. I felt my own heat up. My cheeks turning red as they chuckled at my expense before Ty advanced the topic, leaving me in discomfort for just long enough to maximize their amusement. Though I must ask, you are not wounded, are you? Or still able to perform? Relax, I'm a little tender, sure, but I'm more than capable of commanding the Black Claw's bottom end. Terrific. Exactly what I was hoping to hear. And I apologize if I made you uncomfortable, Aiden. I only tease because I love you. You know that. After all, your presence is like a cascade of butterflies taking flight within my chest, my heart drumming with excitement for having seen your gorgeous face. Yeesh, Ty. Good things Diego's out of earshot, or he'd be puking rainbows right about now. It is as you said, Aiden. He is simply not a man of class. And for the record, Ty, I enjoyed the wordplay, as corny as it certainly was. I simply speak the words conjured by my heart and sing a serenade straight from my soul. And that is why your songs sold and Glenn's did not. You're quite the wordsmith, and he was, well... all of his songs were about how bad of a dude he was, how he liked to howl at the moon, and sex. So many songs about sex. Don't get me wrong, sex is great, but we know that. Stop making songs about it, jeez. Indeed, Ego was practically his middle name. He was talented, certainly, but far from self-aware. As the two spoke, movement from the corner of my eye captured my attention as I turned my head in that direction, and I couldn't even begin to believe what I was seeing. Guys, sorry to interrupt, but I think we might have a problem brewing. Oh? Both of my companions turned in place to match my perspective. Okay, I'm gonna hide the screen because I'm scared. It seemed that in the few minutes we had been preoccupied with our discussions, Axel's level of intoxication had risen to highly dangerous levels. After all, how else would you describe it as he stood atop his table, dancing in an almost sexual manner? Russell, come on, dance with me. Isn't the music so catchy? Music? Little dude, nobody's playing any music, and please, get down off the table or you'll, hurt yourself. I won't fall. I'm a cat. I can bounce real good. And I can jump real high. Oh, and you know what else I can do? What else can you do, little dude? It was with no lack of concern that Russell had asked. This struck me as unusual at the time, though unfortunately for me and everybody else, it would make perfect sense as he began fidgeting with the buttons upon his shirt. Axel, put your shirt back on. Axel's dancing only grew progressively more suggestive in nature as he ran his hands slowly down his belly as he poked his tongue out ever so slightly. I couldn't help but notice that Diego looked about ready to burst from his barely contained hysterics. No, not until you bring me another peanut collection. Axe, dude, sound on the floor says no shoes, no shirt, no service. Show, I still got my shoes on. That's not how it... Come on, I won't stop dancing until... Yeah, I won't. Maybe I'll take my shoes off too. Axel, please. This is a respectable establishment. You're not the boss of me. I can do whatever whoa! It happened in an instant. Axel had wobbled slightly before planting his boot down on the table for balance. Sadly, the table wasn't completely even, causing the table to tilt ever so slightly. A small shift, sure, but a shift that caught Axel off guard, sending him off the edge of the table with a look of disoriented shock. My hand had barely reached my mouth as Russell lunged inward, barely keeping his own balance, his arms outstretched to collect his drunken friend in mid-flight, preventing him from coming to any harm. With Axel safely within his arms, Russell unleashed a sigh of relief as several patrons clapped and cheered in celebration of his heroics. Russell turned in response, his look of surprise quickly exchanged for a mixture of pride and embarrassment. That was when the half-dressed cheetah, which he cradled in his arms, reached a solitary finger upward, running it along the bottom of Russell's chin before quietly speaking the words, "My hero." And then came a sound which caught just about everybody by surprise. As he melted into Russell's arms, the unmistakable rumble of a purr began to ebb and flow. Every last person in the bar was carefully observing the commotion, and not a single one of those people could possibly have missed it. My mind raced to reconcile what I was hearing. Of course, I knew cheetahs could purr, but I'd known Axel for several weeks already, and this was the first time I'd actually heard him do it. And despite the questionable circumstances, even I couldn't deny how irresistibly cute it was. And as it would happen, I was not the only one. Okay, now that is the cutest thing I've seen all year. Yeah, tigers can't do that, can they? Regrettably, the best I can do is blow raspberries. Cats come in two distinct varieties, the purring kind and the roaring kind. The roaring is super hot, though. I'm not willing to give that up. He also began gently lowering Axel to the floor, carefully angling his descent so that he could climb straight to his feet. For a moment, it appeared he would topple once again, but thankfully, with Russell's tremendous support, he found his balance this time around, despite some precarious wobbling at first. Hey, Rush. Yeah, little dude. Can I please have another... Little dude, in good conscience or whatever, I can't, serve you a drink. You're too drunk to pronounce. I can show prince it. Prove it, little dude. I will. You watch. Penis collider. Oh, Axel. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. Dude, what the fuck did he just say? Please, Rush. I'll kiss you for it. Please. Whoa. Hey, Ty, you and Aiden were about to, head out, right? That was the intention, yes. I'm sorry, my dude, but do you, mind seeing Axel home? I mean, he's done for the day. Of course, it would be our... What? No, fair. I never said I washed done. And I still want my... my penis collider. Why don't you get it for me, Rush? Don't you want to kiss? Little dude, please. You're just I feel like I know where this is going, so I'm gonna, hide the screen again. Don't you like me, Rush? Why don't you like me? Axe, because I like you. I like you a lot. I really like you so much. You're really cute and nice and cute and hot. Axe? God damn it, now he's crying. Somehow this is still adorable. But you don't like me. It was with a heavy sigh that Ty broke away from our group and made his way around the corner to where Russell and Axel were standing before kneeling down to Axel's height, addressing him directly. Aiden and I will help you get back home and into bed where you can have a long, cozy sleep. Does that sound good? No, I want to know why he doesn't like me. Come now, Axel. I will tell you somewhere nice and private, okay? How about my car? We can talk about it there. Axel sniffled before responding with a reluctant nod of somebody with no options left. Ty put his arm around Axel's shoulder before turning to address me. I will take Axel to my car and help him dry his tears. I'll send you a message when we are ready for company, okay? Gotcha. Come now, Axel. My car is this way. But, patience, young one. Once we are in the car, we can speak to your heart's content. But for now, do you think you can be calm just for the moment? Axel sniffled before returning another reluctant nod. Ty then tactfully and empathetically walked him out the front door and around the side of the building towards the parking lot. And following their departure, the bar was once again in dead silence, with not a single pair of eyes having missed the commotion. In the veritable sea of downtrodden faces, nobody wanted to be the first to break that silence. I took it upon myself to try easing the tension with a tasteful dash of gentle humor. Well, nobody even remembers your thing, Jay. What was it again? You know, after that, I'm not even sure I remember it anymore. Can anybody explain what the heck that was all about? Does that sort of thing happen often in these parts? No more often than anywhere else. Huh. That'll be something I won't be forgetting anytime soon. Maxwell meandered back towards the table as Jay unleashed a solemn sigh of his own. Nope, I was wrong. I definitely still remember. Yo, Russell, when did, did you know he felt that way? I thought he did for, the longest time, but then he, moved away, changed his number, totally just disappeared. I figured he wouldn't, done that if he felt that way, right? I guess I thought he'd make more of an effort or, whatever. When we got in touch again, he said he'd lost his old phone. I bought it. I was just happy we were friends again, you know? But the other day, I was helping him unpack. I found his old phone in the boxes. I fired it up when he was out of the room. It worked, and my number was still in there. Dude. So, I've got a couple of theories about that. One is that he... Wait, sorry to interrupt, but I know the answer to that, and with all of this out in the open now, it makes little sense to keep it to myself any longer. You do? Well, let's hear it, my dude. Don't worry about, hurting me or anything. I can take it. Axel told me that you were right. He felt that way for the longest time, but he never quite knew what to do with it. And when he moved up here, he cut you off because he was, well, I guess he was too scared to act upon his feelings, so he ran from him, and he just wanted to forget. And he also told me that while he was happy to have his friend back at first, he's now conflicted because those feelings have returned. And he doesn't know what to do, especially with the whole thing with Dom happening as well. He's really confused about it all. That, makes a lot of sense, my dude. Kind of ironic that he drank for, courage or whatever, I'm talking Dom, and ended up spilling his feelings about me instead. I know. And I know this is largely my fault, and I'm so sorry. I had no idea he'd latch onto the idea like he did. Dude, what are you apologizing for? It's cool, my dude. No harm, no foul. He's the one who, insisted on coming here. He's the one who kept, demanding more drinks. And he was, the crazy shirtless little dude dancing on the tables. There's no way I'm letting him live that down, my dude. He's gonna be, hearing about this for the rest of his life. Okay, look. Axel seductively running his hands up and down his belly made it so hard not to fucking laugh. I thought I was gonna die holding it in. Dude, right? Little guy's got the moves. He's clearly been watching too many pop videos on the internet and got some crazy ideas. I swear, my life is a bargain bin soap opera. It's one thing after another, after another. What's next? So, Russell. Yeah, my dude? What now? Jeez, dude, I don't even, know, my man. I guess a good question to start it with is, do you like Axel the way he likes you? X is great, my dude, but we've, been friends for so long. Would it even, work between us? Or would it be, super weird or something? And, truth be told, I'm kind of, happy how things are already. You know what I mean, my dudes? I'm not, super motivated to get into a relationship or anything. Don't get me wrong, I'm not, against it or anything. I'm just, I guess, I'm not huge on the whole commitment thing, at least right now. I'm only 19, I've got a whole lot of, life left to live before I settle down or whatever. I've been happy just, going with the flow and all that. I really enjoy doing that, but if I got together with Axel, there would, be no flow, you know? I just don't know if that's, the right thing for me, that's all. But then, I also can't think of anybody better to settle down with. We've been friends since, little, you know? And all I want to do is make him, happy in that. If he's happy, I'm happy, I guess. And maybe that's, the best reason to go for it, you know? But I don't know, man. It's also, totally complicated and all that. I don't know what the right move is. And besides, what about Dom, my dude? What if he does like Axe after all? Things would get super messy if Axe and I got together. And Axe has been chasing him for, a while already, my dudes. I nodded as I pondered Russell's predicament, and by the look of Diego's strange expression, he was working his noggin just as hard as I was. Jay seemed a touch more absent. but I was certain that he was racking his brain as well, and would hopefully procure some handy advice from his own unique perspective. I realized I had no advice for Russell's more carefree nature. It simply wasn't who I was, and I couldn't pretend to know what it was like being Russell either. That being said, I did have an answer to one specific aspect of the matter at hand, that aspect being Dom. You know, I hate to say this, Dom is my friend and he's a good guy. I want nothing but the best for him, but let's be real for a minute. He's had so many chances already, so many opportunities, and he's let every single one of those opportunities go to waste. If he misses out at this late stage, he only has himself to blame. Aiden's right, Dom had his chance, you can't let that stop you. Besides, you've been busting your ass to try to set them up because you want to make Axel happy and shit. But Dom is holding out on you. So the way I see it, if you want to make Axel happy, you can always cut out the middleman and do that shit yourself. I won't pretend to know the intricate details of what's going on here, but from what I do know, I think Aiden and Diego have the right of it. What about the freedom aspect, Jay? You're happily single and all that, right? I don't think Diego and I are qualified to give any advice on the matter. Happily single? That's the nicest way I've ever been called a slut. Whoa, I didn't... Relax, I'm just screwing with you. Besides, guilty as charged, what can I say? I rolled my eyes, an action which evoked a chuckle from our icy dragon companion before he turned back towards Russell to offer the best advice he could. You know, think of me what you will, but I'm only happily single because I know what it's like being unhappily committed. When you've never had a proper relationship, it's easy to feel like you're missing out. When you've had a bad one, you realize there are far worse things than being single. Woo, preach it, brother. And once you've been through that meat grinder, you become far better at picking them, and to avoid further shit shows, you raise your standards accordingly. Because I'm content on my own, because my standards are so high, and because I'm a hot gay guy in a sea of hot gay guys, I'm making sure I enjoy the downtime. Which brings me to my point. If Mr. Right showed up tomorrow and I was sure he was Mr. Right, I'd become a committed man in a heartbeat, but only if I was 100% certain. And to be certain, I'd be asking myself questions like, can I think of anybody I'd rather spend my life with? Can I foresee any incompatibilities? And if I never got to sleep with anybody else ever again, would I be dissatisfied? Not an exhaustive list, but you get the idea. Damn, dude, actually kind of sounds like you have it all figured out. I like to think so. Thanks, my dude. Axel, he kind of ticks all those boxes for me, my dude. I think he's, like, totally the right dude. I guess it's kind of like, if I settle down now, there's so much stuff I'll have missed out on, you know? I know all the best places and all the best people if you want to tackle that bucket list of yours before deciding. I can probably help you with that, if you would like. I'll, like, totally keep that in mind, my dude. Let's, like, share contact cards. Sure thing. The two of them retrieve their phones and nudge them together, the resulting pling a confirmation that the contact cards have been shared. They return their phones to their pockets with upbeat smiles. It seemed as though Russell and Jay were becoming friends. I only hoped that Jay wouldn't prove to be a bad influence on our favorite kind of the shark. Either way, you guys have, like, given me a lot to think about. Thanks, my dudes. Right now, the best thing is to take some time and, like, think about it all. In the meantime, we still gotta see how Axel reacts once he sobers up. That's kind of, like, important, too. True that. Can't forget that Axel is a part of this, too. Just because he poured his heart out while drunk doesn't mean there aren't complicated nuances to the situation we haven't yet considered. It's important to take things slowly and see what happens next. Right on, my dude. Right on. One thing is for sure, though. I want to make Axel happy. He's a great dude, so even if he still, like, chooses Dom over me or whatever, I'm cool with it, just so long as he's happy. If it isn't right for the both of you, then it isn't right, full stop. Take some time to ponder it, Taking some time to ponder it is a wise choice. And if you're struggling to make a choice, remember I'm dancing all sexy like on that table. That's just gotta tip the scales in one direction or the other, for better or for worse, right? Like, that ain't even a bad idea, my dude. Okay, this is going to sound horrible. It's going to sound horrible for a second, but, like, post-nut clarity, my dude. Just post-nut clarity. The sound of vibrations from within my pocket interrupted our discussion. Retrieving the culprit, I saw there was a new unread message from Ty. All is well, we are ready to set off whenever you are, my dear. I looked up at my friends who were waiting for my confirmation on what they also clearly expected the message to be. Yep, that's my cue, guys. We'll make sure Axel gets one safely. Thanks, my dude. I really appreciate the help. And have fun on your, like, date, my dudes. Make sure you give Ty, like, heaps of smooches to make up for lost time. Ha! Try to stop me. See you tomorrow, hotshot. And remember, if you come home tonight, you're a total loser. Thanks for the encouragement, Diego. I'll cherish it always, or something. Seriously, dude, don't come home tonight. Forget the smooches. You and Boss need to make some damn butt babies already. What the? Butt babies? Gross. Shh, forget about that. Get a move on before Axel gets snot all over Ty's expensive-ass seats. Fine, I'm going. Later, and make sure you name one of those ass babies after its dear Uncle Diego. Somehow, asshole doesn't strike me as a great baby name. Butt babies. God damn it, Diego, that's a mental image I'll never be free from. But just think of how... That's a real knee slapper right there. In case you can't tell, I'm like... slapping my knees right now. Gee, thanks, Jay. Real helpful. I take it you're leaving too? The only other patron left is that dumbass Ortegan bastard, and I just... No thanks. I'm just gonna head home and nurse my wounds, courtesy of your polar bear pal. Say, what's the deal with that whole situation now? Ty obviously knows about it. He made that abundantly clear. What, you guys didn't talk about that? Nope, I guess you knew that I knew, though. You brought Logan to the cafe, after all. True enough, and weirdly he's cool about it. He even wanted a more detailed retelling. He's letting Logan and I remain friends. I'm thrilled about that. Logan is a good dude. I guess that checks out. After all, you'd be hard-passed to find a cooler cat than Ty. So about Logan, I saw you two talking at the tournament earlier, just as I was heading back to the change room. Does he know that you and Ty are back together? It was true. Logan and I had spoken, albeit briefly, following the absolute thrashing he had given Jay in the ring. Fear. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. He's wearing pants. Aiden! Logan, holy cow, that was incredible. I heard you were good, but you blew my expectations out of the water. So glad I finally got to see you in action. That's nice of you. Thank you, Aiden. Sure thing, buddy. I guess you're not used to receiving many compliments, huh? Oh, I actually get a lot, but usually from people I don't trust. From people with ulterior motives. A compliment concealing a knife is no genuine compliment at all. Poetic. You're a writer, that's for sure. It's been a long time since I've received a compliment from somebody I trust. I'm sorry if my response was not appropriate. Relax, it's okay, I understand. It's kind of refreshing in a strange way. I'm used to guys like Ty and Jay who speak in riddles and rhymes. You've got the vocabulary, that much is for sure, but when it comes down to brass tacks, you're both blunt and incredibly sincere. It's nice. Jay, he works at the cafe? Yep, and you just kicked his ass. He's not the sort to hold a grudge, though. You two actually have a few things in common. I wonder if the two of you would get along. Can't hurt to have more trustworthy friends in your corner, right? You know, weirdly enough, you'd probably get along super well with Ty as well. He's a musician, so he writes songs, not stories, but there's still quite a bit of overlap there. Being a good storyteller must go a long way in writing a great song. Ty, he's your ex, right? Did the two of you... Oh, right, yeah, we, worked things out. We're back together again. Congratulations, Aiden. I'm happy for you. What's wrong? This means we can't be friends anymore, doesn't it? I told Ty everything that happened between us, that we slept together and that we're friends. He knows everything. And you know what? He was really cool about it. It didn't bother him at all, in fact. Huh? Does that mean... Yep, it means we can still be friends. He's so excited about it. Cool, I was scared. The average person wouldn't be happy about that. What can I say? Ty's anything but average. Sounds like it. Did you want to come by sometime soon? We can watch another movie together. We could, but only if you pick something less scary next time. The last one was too much. Perhaps we can do something other than watch a movie. We've got plenty of options. Sure, okay. If I think of something, I'll let you know. I've still got your number. Sounds good. And same goes. If I think of something fun we could do, I'll get in touch. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun hanging out again, Aiden. Thank you for being my friend. And thanks for being mine. You're a good dude, Logan. I'm glad we can still be friends. Me too. Sorry, but I have to go now. I'm supposed to see the tournament staff to organize everything for the finals. Alright, Logan. Congratulations, by the way. You deserve that win. Can't wait to see you win this thing. Thank you, but my next fight is against the reigning champ. He is going to be tough. That reigning champ is my best friend's ex, as it happens. Make sure you give him a couple of extra hard smacks. Okay. It was nice seeing you. Bye. Until next time, Logan. Yeah, he knows Ty and I are back together. He was happy for me, and happier still when I told him we could still be friends. So, everybody wins, I guess. It sure seems that way. I'm really glad, Aiden. You and Ty make a magnificent pair. Thanks, Jay, so I guess I'll see you at practice tonight then. Ty and I really need to get the drunken cheetah back home. Of course. Good luck with Axel, and enjoy your date. I'll see you tonight. Again, beer. Together, Jay and I passed through the front door of the bar before turning opposite directions and beginning our respective journeys to our respective destinations. Okay. I'm gonna leave off here tonight. I'd say that was a little more than interesting. Yeah, I can't think of anything to say, so stay safe, have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.